Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the zoo. The minions with me this evening are Adam.
Hello.
And Tyr.
What up?
And of course, once again, it is a Friday, so I'm the keeper this evening, Sanguine. Though there will be yet another slight hiccup, as next week I had something come up and I won't be the keeper. But the following week I shall return, and then I'll be gone, and then I'll return, and I'll be here for the next few weeks.
God damn.
Yeah, I have... Or, let's see, it's...
I missed that whole thing.
Next week, I have something that came up. I won't be here next week. But then I'll be back on the 27th. Then the 4th is the first Friday of a month, so I'll be gone again. And then I'll be back for the rest of that month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something came up for next week, so I'm not going to be able to do it, sadly. But, how are you fine chaps doing tonight?
I'm good.
That's good to hear.
Can I be an assless chap?
Ew.
Are you sure that you want to be an assless chap?
I don't know.
I would... If I were to be an assless chap, I would have to be very clear who I would be the assless chap of.
Also, depending on, what we're talking about. I mean, if you're talking about a fellow with no ass, that'd be like Hank Hill, Or you could be talking about, assless chaps, which are...
I would rather have an ass than have a Hank Hill ass, though.
Oh, yeah.
I'd
Well,
rather have an ass than Hank Hill's ass, yeah.
Yeah, everybody wants it. So
Also, I don't want his narrowed urethra.
Whoa, yeah, nobody wants that.
I got a narrow urethra.
You can't have a Bobby Hill.
God dang it, Bobby. Hank's wife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Sanguine. First off, how are you doing? And hey, what'd you cook for dinner?
I actually haven't made dinner yet because I woke up really fucking late and haven't had time because my dishwasher's still on the fritz, so I've been cleaning dishes. Hopefully, I'll have a dishwasher back by fucking Monday.
Hold on, if it's on the fritz, shouldn't it be operating right on schedule?
Oh no, that's if the fritz was on it.
Oh, wait a minute. If your dishwasher's on the fridge, just smack her on the ass. Tell her to get back to fucking work.
Fuck back to work.
Sadly, I currently just have a mechanical one.
Do you speak Spanish though?
No.
Oh. I'm sorry, I forget. I'm still a guest on.
I do not speak Spanish.
Again, just next time your dishwasher on, you smack her on the ass, tell her to get back to fucking work, and maybe make your sandwich while she at it. Always
like I said, sadly, currently I just have a mechanical dishwasher.
Oh, me too.
But yeah,
I almost slap Rosie on the ass and tell her to get back to fucking work.
God damn it! Now, why did the first thing that I wanted to say? It's not true, but why did I want to say that? Well, Rosie did kind of have a dump truck. Rosie did not have a dump truck, but it would have just been funny. No, she didn't have a dump truck. Her ass was her ankle. She did not have a proper ass.
She had it. Let me see. I'm getting old. Rosie from.
Oh no. Yeah, Rule 34.
No, I'm not the robot. She kind of did have a.
She looks like a fucking a thick made vacuum cleaner. Whoa, and can she suck? Ooh,
she went from suck to blow.
I am really concerned, though, because when you look up Rosie, you see some of the Rosies that are the classic matronly robotic grandmother Rosie.
Yeah, and then the new one.
Then you see people's reimagining of Rosie.
And they turn into a whorebot.
Yeah, they give Rosie a dump truck in those.
She goes from being a classic granny type maid to a whorebot.
Yeah, goes from being the kind of matronly looking maid, the one that kind of looks a bit like your gran, to then being.
Have we gone? We have not gone 10 minutes into the show, and we're already bringing in our grands.
Yeah, we're already bringing in matronly, looks like a gran Rosie versus
a Granny Rosie Donald. Good Lord, dude, what is wrong with you?
Pencil-skirted secretary that your wife is worried about.
Whoa!
Look, she's just a robot. Calm it down. Like, there's nothing going on between me and her. If it was, she won't tell you. She's not programmed to.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, it is rather concerning how people took grandmotherly robot and went, yeah, but what if we gave her a fat ass and tits? Slim down her waist a bit.
How did we get here?
We took 2 left turns and then we went right.
We were talking about dishwashers, and then you brought up Rosie, and then I wanted to say as a joke, yeah, but Rosie had a dump truck, and I admitted that it wasn't really true because Rosie did not. And then Tyr wanted to pull up what Rosie looked like, so we pulled up what Rosie looked like, and pulling up what Rosie looked like had
consequences?
Rosie reimagined, shall we say.
I told you. And
then we started discussing that.
Look. Yeah, see, James gets it. Dishwashers equal. James understands. See, James is a smart man.
Yeah, like I said, we went through that entire conversation.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We're weird like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sure there is a group like that, you know. But do you think, like it'd be a group of like people who like Autobots and Decepticon peoples, and do they go to war against the furries?
Yes, and they should.
Oh fuck!
That's just called Beast Wars.
Yes,
and it was fucking awesome.
Furry the degenerate. I accept that you don't suffer a furry.
Yeah, like furries versus robot Robies. And, yeah. Oh, isn't that? Wait, hold on. Roby. That's a character in a cartoon. I think. Isn't he a Fantastic Four character? Roby?
No, he's not. You're thinking about Ben Grimm, maybe?
No. Well, Fantastic Four had like a robot thing. But no, the Robies versus the furries. And every time they see each other at cons, they go and fight. I'm gonna make a comic of that and see if I can attach myself to the Rippaverse.
Just having your character, the character's whole motivation is to get them to fight.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pump out first issue, you know, and it's gonna establish the characters and the world, and I'm gonna be like, yo, dude, you should put this out there. I think it'll sell.
It'll sell well.
I mean, good enough. Possibly
good enough.
3 copies.
Only 3?
Maybe 4.
And you think that's enough to make it in this environment?
Well, let's be honest. I'm doing all the printing on my own printer. Well, okay, the printer at work, and it's in black and white. So, but I'm gonna say it's an artistic style. That's because I'm not. I can't do colors, so, and I can't afford a colorist. So, black and white it is. It's like the old Ninja Turtles comic.
See, I was half expecting you to just go ridiculous and say, well, I have to print them by hand. Well, not really by hand. I first have to carve the wood blocks and then stamp the wood blocks in the ink and then stamp them on the paper.
Okay,
I got to pray to the machine gods that they don't attack me because I'm being sacrilegious.
Listen, no, I got lookouts, okay?
My entire apparatus is made out of wood.
Oh shit.
And I spent 12 years carving this wood just to make this one comic book. Y'all
Pounded the night away.
Motherfucker.
Pounded the truth the night away. Bam, 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 bam.
Y'all gonna buy this motherfucking comic. God damn it. Motherfucker.
Oh, this is bad.
No, it's not. It's good.
No,
it's glorious.
Look, the spreading of information via the printing press was a fantastic thing, and it really did help develop the human race. I mean, I don't think there's anything to joke about that, to be honest. I mean, that's as silly as having a chuckle over an apple falling on a guy named Newton.
Newton was a thief.
He had a bee?
No, he was a thief.
He was a thief?
Yep. He stole his shit from Lobbins.
Well, no, they were both in effectively hermitage when they were doing it because they just retreated to their rooms and they each developed their own shit in isolation. And when they developed their shit in isolation,
I'd hope so, like a toilet or well, I don't know. How did they do it in the Enlightenment period?
Well, a good chunk of the time you can develop your shit while you're out and about. Normally you don't have
chunk of shit in a pot or something like that.
You can develop your shit. You just can't release your shit.
This is going to be the new indie game in 2025 is the
shit developer.
The shit oh man, what's the name that you're doing when you're like growing plant life or tree life, like not a botanist, but like a
horticulture.
Herbiculture. Yeah.
Horticulture.
Yeah, it's turticulture.
Yep.
Hey, why is it horticulture? Horse don't have cultures.
Well, now they will.
You can't let the horse learn to read. Don't let your horse learn to read.
That is the ultimate. That is the ultimate goal. That is the new semen. Instead of Dreamcast semen, now it's turticulture, and the ultimate goal is to grow life on a stagnant turd, an island of turd.
A shit island, if you will.
Someone had a bit too much fat in their diet, is what you're telling me.
Oh, you hope so. It's a randomizer, so you might get a vegan or somebody who eats a lot of soy.
Well, then it wouldn't be floating turd.
Oh, whoa! That even better because
it'd be poopless turd. So what the fuck, man?
Okay,
in order to get a floating turd, you have to eat a lot of fat.
Well, okay, so easy mode would be the scientist room where they actually have the difference. You know, like okay, we have the subjects that we can utilize. You know, okay. And then you have the hard mode where it's random. You don't know what type of shit you're getting. It could be a shit right on the streets of San Diego. It could be a shit in a proper toilet. It could be a shit in a futuristic fucking Japanese. What do they call them? Not fucking commode. No. Well, yeah, but no. But the one where they shit the water in the.
Yes. Oh wait. James Colley says boring isn't culture. It's the default setting.
That's the world's oldest continuing profession.
Yes. That is being a lawyer.
Somewhere at some point. Somebody's dick needs to be sucked, and there's somebody willing to suck it.
I don't knock my whores. I just accept them for what they are.
No, I just don't like the dishonesty. You know.
You just want your honest whores.
Yeah.
I prefer I want lying whores. That's what I want. I don't want honest.
No, because that's when it gets annoying. Because now you're not dealing with a whore, you're dealing with a lying whore, and it's like you're dealing with a whole different like abomination, you know, and it goes into trying to argue something that is like, dude, everything that you're saying, it goes right back to, but these are the actions of a whore. So why not just accept it and we can both move on with our day, you know? I'll pay you, you go back to work, and, you know, I'll go get some Taco Bell.
God damn, you have this kind of all planned out.
Only furries want lion whores.
Yeah.
Death to the furries. Suffer not the furry to live.
There are reasonable furries. It's just a lot of them are mind broken.
Are there? Are there really?
You can meet some old school furries that are just like, yeah,
holy shit. Could you imagine some real old school furries where they have like actual taxidermy fucking masks?
There are ones that use interesting things in suits. There's also the skeletal masks that you can get for suits. The skeletal masks are actually pretty damn cool looking.
Yeah, but not using actual skeletal masks. Like actual skulls.
Ew.
No, those are too small.
I was gonna say like, but that's a primitive one.
Okay, why can't I make this goddamn thing? God, Jesus.
But yeah, you can find some rather well done fursuits. And there's definitely different grades of furries where there's the really fucking weird ones, and then there's ones that you're going, okay, they're kind of chill.
No, okay. I get what you're saying because you are correct. There are some furry suits that are out there that are very either detailed or articulate, you know, and it's very impressive, even on just, you know, what they've made, what they've created. So hey, you know, in all honesty, I mean, you still got to remember a lot of these people are wearing like heavy suits. So, you know, kudos to you to, you know, you're willing to struggle that much for your enjoyment. But it's funny when you say the commitment to it, because yes, there's a vast difference between the people who actually make a good furry suit or versus somebody who looks like they went to Spirit Halloween and picked up one of those big air puffed balloon fursuits. It's not really fur, it's just like pinata stuff.
And you have the furries that are the sensible ones that it's, like anthropomorphic animals. They're cool looking. And who didn't have their first, ooh, pretty, as like watching Space Jam type bullshit. So there's that level of furry, and then there's the really fucking weird furries.
Yeah, okay. If you want to go there, I think the one we can all comfortably agree on is that weird where they like the spider ladies. I mean, that's fucked up, right?
Are you talking like Arachne?
I don't care what you call it. It's fucked up.
You talking about Arachne from
Greek myth.
Is it?
I was thinking you were talking about from
Monster Musume. Is it Monster Musume? It's Monster something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's one or two people in the minions that I could be like, oh yeah, you know that spider lady, and they'll be like, oh yeah, and yeah, that's
it's Monster Musume. I was right.
A little too far.
And
monster. I mean, it has monster in the name.
Yeah, because all the girls are monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Arachne in Monster Musume is a spider woman. The head portion looks like a spider, and then massive spider body behind.
Yeah.
The concerning part is that the bit where the mouth would be on a spider, yeah, that's her legs. That's concerning.
She reminds me of Quelaag from Dark Souls.
That's the concerning part.
Yeah, the fact that where the mandibles would be on a normal spider is her legs. Yeah, that's the concerning part of that.
Have you seen? All right, so in order for her to be a centaur-esque creature, she kind of has to have yeah. She can't have the secondary mouth there, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, would she have would a centaur have a mouth on her tits?
No, the thing is that when it comes down to the different hybrid animals, that always becomes a question. Which bits do they have and where do they have them? Which is why there's the joke of the reverse mermaid.
It's just a human?
No, the reverse mermaid. So, a standard mermaid.
Oh, fish.
Human upper
fish on top.
Body, fish on lower body. Which leads to the question of, well, what bits do they have? And then people came up with the joke of, well, what you need to find is you need to find a reverse mermaid.
But think of
fish upper half than a human lower half.
Yeah, and think about if it's a human lower half and she's gonna be swimming. You know how the size of the muscles on the legs? Holy shit!
She's gonna be toned.
That's gonna be some fucking thick thighs, dude.
Yep.
Have y'all ever played? It's called Soul Sacrifice. And they had an interesting concept with their centaur-like creature. All right,
I don't think I have.
It's an old PS Vita game. It was fucking fun. It was pretty fun. Trust me. So the concept behind the centaur was it's a regular human that wanted to forever guard his city. So it merged, like he was forcibly merged with his horse. So he has two hearts, the human heart and the horse heart. So to kill him, you have to kill both his human half and his horse half. You can't. You have to stop both his hearts. And he went crazy, tried to kill himself, and he couldn't reach his second heart. Yeah, it was fucking wild.
That is a hell of a twist on that, yeah.
Yeah, it was rather fun. Like Soul Sacrifice gave you all the classic monsters, except for they were Faustian deals gone wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So the Prince had a shitty life. You know, he just despair for his brother, and he's going to be used. You know, he's only taught because he's despair. He's not the primary.
I just pulled up the images from this, and this would be an amazing game to see. Just a remaster. Keep the story, remaster, maybe fix up the controls because it's bound to have janky tank controls.
Oh no, the controls are pretty fun. It all you really did was fight monsters, and sort of like Monster Hunter style, except for they're huge hulking beasts of epic proportions. It was trust me, bro. It was fun. So
yeah, I just, like I said, pulled up some of the pictures from it, and the pictures look fucking awesome. but they're definitely telling their age.
Oh yeah, you can. But so like I said, like all of them were Faustian deals gone wrong, and you had this one guy who wanted to be free, the prince. He dreamed of being free, and his only friend was this cat. Well, the entity called the chalice, which causes everybody to transform. All right, if you want to be free, you gotta give up something. And he gave up his cat, so he turns into the cat spirit, Kate said.
Ah. And it kind of seems like it's a Shadow of the Colossus almost, only not quite as big.
Fuck you, I can cheat all I want. So another one of the monsters, the goblins in that game are essentially rats that were eating the spirit energy, if you will. And they grew big and wild. Well, cats got really pissed because they were used to being on top. So they did the same thing. They started eating the rats, these rat creatures, when they could kill them. And they grew into like, I think they were the goblins. It was another creature that they became. It's just fucking insane, man. If you ever get a chance to play that game, play that game. The story is fucking amazing.
Apparently, dwarves were 3 creatures stacked on top of each other.
Yes! Just dumb shit.
That is gloriously weird.
Wait, what game is this?
Soul Sacrifice.
Yeah, Soul Sacrifice.
Soul Sacrifice.
Making it sound like it's version of Soul Calibur with that voice.
That's what it did.
Nice.
It said Soul Sacrifice. Delta.
Nothing wrong.
Delta was fun.
Soul Calibur's fun as shit. I love Soul Calibur.
Oh, Soul Calibur was amazing, and it pissed me off that Atari doesn't like 3D fighting games.
Yeah.
Because I would fucking clean up on that game.
Mm-hmm.
I got a copy coming about Monday, hopefully.
Of what?
Soul Calibur for the Dreamcast.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got my Dreamcast running. And I got a HD conversion for the or not conversion, but a adapter for the AV. And yeah, once I get my VMU and I guess Soul Calibur, I'm gonna be playing some Dreamcast games.
Not them. Where the fuck is this damn key?
You're swimming in it.
You know what I mean,
Yeah.
you bastard.
Yeah, Soul Calibur on Dreamcast is really fun.
Yeah, Soul Calibur on Dreamcast is amazing. The original Soul Blade was my game. That was fun as fuck.
Did you play a lot of PlayStation games?
Yeah. So I was originally a PlayStation stan until I just said fuck PlayStation.
What do you think about the PS5 Pro?
I haven't bought a console in 100 years. As a matter of fact, I don't plan to get PS5 any. There's the motherfucking key. The entire fucking time I'm looking for the motherfucking key, it's right there. Fucking hate this damn game.
I'm surprised you didn't fucking check there to begin with.
Yeah.
It was the obvious place for that shit.
It was, and I was doing it off of memory. I'm playing this game off of memory and memory alone.
Uh-oh.
This one easier bosses to beat.
Killing grapes.
Yeah. Essentially, this boss's whole shtick is it shields itself for the first bit, and then you just wail. Haha, always keep a fire with me. 2 times. God damn it. Alright, I may need to cheat.
But yeah, that looked like a game that would be cool to see just a straight remaster with patching up the controls for it.
There was another game I was playing called Freedom City. Or Freedom something. Freedom Wars. That was pretty good too. The concept was you were a convicted convict and you did missions to burn off like a $1 trillion debt while you were in prison. And again, it had Monster Hunter-ish controls. So you essentially were okay. Take this mission, kill this huge thing that's attacking the city, and earn points to escape the debt. That was fun. God damn! How the fuck did you hit me?
What game is that called?
What? Okay, it hits me on the fly up, which is I'm no fucking way near. That makes no fucking sense.
No, it does, because it's not flying up, it's flying up the screen.
No, the animation makes it look like it's flying above me.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
The jank of this game. God damn it. Freedom Wars is all the shit's on the Vita. All the good shit's on the Vita. The Vita was a good console.
Quiz talks a lot about Vita. I think he has one. I wouldn't mind checking it out. There wasn't too many games on it though. But both
it had a whole shit
PSP and Vita.
I wonder, is there a Vita emulator? It fucking should be. It's ancient as fucking hell.
I wouldn't be surprised if they have it running on fucking cell phones right now.
See, the one handheld console that I'm surprised lost out when it did is the Game Gear.
Yeah.
Really?
You remember the Game Gear?
No, I had a Game Gear. I love the Game Gear. But...
Yeah, the Game Gear was amazing.
Yeah.
It lost to games. It didn't lose to ability.
I think it was more of the concept of what it was supposed to be. I think the Game Boy being a easier to work with device, and not like Game Gear was super, but Game Boy was developed with older technology utilized now type of thing.
I mean, Nintendo has a pattern. Like Nintendo really shines on handhelds. That's where they shine, and no one can say anything about their console, their handhelds. So.
No, I can very easily say that the Game Gear, it came out at a time when the only Game Boy was the OG gray brick.
Yeah. And it added color to the game.
It had color. It had backlighting. It was a fantastic handheld console. And the Game Boy, if you were able to get the same games on each console, Game Gear would have absolutely slaughtered Game Boy.
Well, no, not only. I mean, even the Game Gear was able to port some Master System games over to the console easily, but again, I think it was just with Sega, it was just the marketing, the cost, the battery life had a thing to do with it as well.
Yeah, the battery was shit.
I mean, because it was backlight and color, so I mean, it was great, but you know, people want to rag on the Virtual Boy for having to sit near a power outlet, but you know, the Game Gear.
I still say that the worst element of it was it had some really good games. It just didn't have enough.
Yeah.
It didn't have enough games that were like, oh, hell yes, this game. They were all kind of like, okay, this game's fun. Rather than having the game that everyone wanted to play and everyone would play. Because that's where Game Boy really took off. Everyone played Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give a damn who you were. You played Mario at some point if you had a Game Boy.
Agreed.
Everyone played the Pokemon games at some point.
And you got to remember, you know, people were it was easier to pick up a Game Boy and Tetris if you like puzzle games as opposed to a Game Gear and columns.
Yeah.
And you know, you're right, you know, but Sega had, you know, they had a good chunk of Sonic games on the Game Gear. They had, you know, a lot of the arcade classics ported on the game. I don't think they had.
The problem is that
GoldenEye,
Sonic on the Game Gear didn't feel like Sonic on the console.
It was, you know, it felt odd, but at the same end, if you were to play Mega Man on the Game Boy, it was kind of the same thing. You know, they were working with what they had.
Yeah, Mega Man had the same issue, but when you play Mario, an old 2D Mario on a console versus old 2D Mario on the Game Boy, they felt the same.
No.
Oh, hell yeah.
The Game Boy Mario was designed completely differently. They worked it as how do you say it? They worked it as a means to fit with the structure of the Game Boy. So Mario Land 2, yes, that was more in line with how the NES games were.
Yep.
But Mario Land 1, no. But then again, Super Mario Brothers changed from the first one to the third one, and then Super. So I mean, it's always changing.
Yeah,
it's always changing. It's always from there, and now it's there.
You had. My point is that the Mario games on the Game Boy felt a hell of a lot more like Mario games, or at least games that you were going, yeah, this could be a Mario game on a console. It's just not.
Right.
Versus Sonic game on the Game Gear versus Sonic game on console. The Sonic game on the Game Gear felt so much slower. And it didn't give you... Which, in a game that's all about speed, feeling slower makes it feel less like itself.
But the idea being it was a portable... You know, it was a game that you can play portable.
I'm not arguing on that. I'm saying, though, that it is a lot easier to make and sell a Mario game, especially at that point, than it was to make and sell a Sonic game on a handheld console that would feel like a Sonic game. So you could get a Mario game that felt like a Mario game. It was really fucking hard to get a Sonic game that felt even close to a Sonic game. They didn't do a bad job of it, but it wasn't enough. And Mario, in the long run, not just due to the handheld market, but Mario in the long run had more staying power than Sonic did. So you had an IP that Sonic, when it first came out, it took off. But then it was take off and kind of hit its apex quickly and slide down, whereas Mario has been steadily growing throughout its entire life.
Hold on, Sanguine. This sounds like you are a straight Nintendo fanboy over here. I mean,
no, there's games that I would absolutely say that Sega did better than Nintendo. I don't think Sonic is a better game versus Mario.
No, I don't think Sonic is.
It's a
versus Mario. It's not. Mario is more iconic.
Yeah. Because no, it really isn't. Because Sonic really is. If you go with the original Sonic games on the Genesis, it is designed as a run through as quick as possible. Now, even though Mario is also designed kind of like that, but it's more platform. So
they're different sorts.
Okay, hold on. So they're different games, but their popularity also, you can measure it to a point where they were kind of equal compared to like what Bubsy and Awesome Possum, things like that.
Jazz Jackrabbit.
Yeah, Jazz Jackrabbit. But
Jazz Jackrabbit tried to be like Sonic. It succeeded in some ways. It failed in others. One of the main things that it failed in was Sonic, at least early Sonic, was really good at spacing your character on screen appropriately.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, but then again, you had people who worked on arcade machines, so that it was. And again, you talking with Sonic, you're talking about like the different development teams, and again, even with Nintendo and their development structure, like that whole. I wouldn't doubt, and as goofy as it sounds, I wouldn't doubt that there would be documentaries on a lot of the game developers, and how they did what they did, because when you look at how game development is going now, it's completely different. But at the same end, that's the same thing that happened with, like, say, the animation industry, and you're kind of seeing the same thing where it's the culture has shifted, and they're not catching what they need to be doing, which is going back to the old ways and just fucking make some good shit.
And like I said, there's games that Sega absolutely kicked the shit out of Nintendo's versions of them, but I'm just saying that Sonic is not as strong of an IP, and
then Mario. Well, again,
because if you're talking Sega games that I'm going, oh yes, that is a fucking Sega game, then I'm looking at shit like Streets of Rage.
No, in terms of IP, like brand recognition, here in America, I think a lot more people would. Well, I don't know. I think it'd be equal, but then again, there was that whole point where Mario was ahead of Mickey Mouse at one point, and then Sonic became ahead of Mickey Mouse, but there's still no Mario balloon at Macy's Thanksgiving Parade. So again, it's.
I mean, just because that's mainstream doesn't make it,
But that's what I mean. Whether or not the games were good.
I'm not saying that the game was bad. I'm saying that for what they were trying to be, because those were meant to be the flagship IPs.
I think they did. I think they accomplished what they were set out to do.
The more successful one at accomplishing flagship IP status was Mario.
Well, no, Mario, sure, But hold on.
Going, ooh, the new Mario.
Hold on. At that point, we're going way back to who would Nintendo's mascot be? The Discoon or Donkey Kong? And then with Sega, what is it? Puyo Puyo or Alex Kidd? Like how far? Like they pretty much established their respective. They are the roots of their respective IPs for their companies. When you think of Sega, you do think Sonic. You don't think Akira from Virtua Fighter. You don't think
yes, but what I'm saying
Hornet
is
from Daytona.
I think the quality of their games and the quality of the games that they tried to port over to the
from
Game Gear.
Okay. Well, yeah, no,
was
but again,
the issue. And when it came to the draw of there's a Mario game on the Game Boy.
Oh yeah,
people were really excited for that.
They were getting people to buy Picross just because they had Mario on it.
Yep. Whereas there's a Sonic game on the Game Gear. Okay, I might pick that up, but
nobody was picking up Sonic Schoolhouse in droves.
Yep.
No,
that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, that's like I said. I miss these days of the console wars, where instead now we have like, haha, your system doesn't have a disk drive. Oh,
yep.
Fuck.
Yeah, I do miss the old days. I do miss the olden days of the console wars, where again, yeah.
And then I have a chili dog and read a Sonic comic and think, yeah.
But yeah, there's the different draws, and that's what I was saying. That Game Gear, if it was straight tech, Game Gear slaughters.
Yes.
But the Game Boy won because it had the games that people were going, fuck yeah, I want this to play this game. So if you're going for the more enjoyable tech experience, oh yeah, Game Gear, hands down. And that's the reason why I'm slightly annoyed that it lost. That it didn't have any game that was you need to get this game, it's on the Game Gear. Whereas the Game Boy did. And I think it would have been better had there continued to be that strong rivalry in handhelds that disappeared for like a fucking decade before Nintendo was challenged again. And when they got challenged again, that's when they really started to do interesting things with their handhelds. Rather than, okay, so we made it thinner. You can now get a green case rather than a gray case.
Ooh.
We made it thinner and foldable. And it has some color on the screen. That was really the progression of, or rather it was, we made it, the Game Boy, we made it thinner. We gave it a color screen. We made it foldable. We made it a backlit foldable. And then we changed the shape so it's not a foldable. It's a larger screen, though. It's backlit. It's full color screen. And then they started getting more competition in the market again. And that's when they went, fuck it, DS. You guys like the DS? Here, we'll make it 3D. Fuck it. And they started...
that was their best innovation with the 3DS.
Yeah, they started pulling out interesting shit again. For the longest time, it was very almost sterile the way that their innovation went, where it wasn't anything exciting. It was just kind of like, oh yeah, this is the logical extension.
Okay, hold on. Let me
uses fewer batteries.
Let me toss this little hand grenade out here for you. That was a very interesting timeline. One brief little argument I would bit in here is the Game Boy went through a lot of variants, but only because it didn't have competition. So it only made sense for them to continue it going.
That's what I was saying.
No, it didn't. Hold on. It didn't until the PlayStation came along and put out the PSP.
No, it had it. The reason why we got Game Boy Color is because of the Game Gear.
No,
that's the only reason why we got Game Boy Color.
Like I said, the Game Gear was not doing well in the market.
Yeah. The Game Gear had already died out at that point, but what it had done was it had made it so that the people that did have a Game Gear were going, come on, Nintendo. Game Gear figured this out 10 years ago. What the fuck?
No. Okay, no. But when you described like the folding bit, that was Game Boy Advance. So it was like it was a whole nother, like I said, and at that point there really wasn't anything going on against it. Outside of when the PlayStation the PSP came out, and as well as that did, even with offering watching movies on the go, honestly, personally, I think, and you think it's a dumb idea, it might be, but I think they marketed so much that the PlayStation proper is an adult system. No adult would have a portable game system. It wasn't faux pas type of thing. Or no, that's not the right word. But it wasn't something that you'd want to have. A portable system is something you give to your child. Because again, at that time, there was no tablets. So there wasn't smartphones. So I think that led to a lot of that. I mean, and I think that's something that a lot of people forget. It was a different time technologically.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying is that they did go through a lot of variants that were very small incremental changes.
Oh, well, of course, because they're gonna fucking sell money. They're gonna sell it. Somebody's gonna fucking buy a smaller or slimmer one. Yeah, Apple does that all the fucking time.
I'm not saying that it is fuck them because they did this. I'm saying that it was done because, yes, they would be able to sell it. And the reason why they were so willing to do the small incremental change was they didn't have a strong competitor. Because when you have a strong competitor, that's when you start doing we need to come up with something to really wow people. Not, we need to take our handheld and take it from 1.5 inches thick to a 1/2 inch thick.
Well, and
that's going to be the only change that we make between these two generations.
And here's where
what the only change they made between those two generations at some point.
Well, hold on. Here's where I'll throw you a bone too, because at that time is when they released the Virtual Boy, and they were thinking that was gonna fucking do something to the portable, upgraded market by implementing 3D.
Oh yeah,
and everybody knows what happened to that. But the whole point of that is until the PlayStation Portable came out. You're right. That's when the DS came out because they said, you know what? Instead of we're going to redo the Game Boy method, the Game Boy strategy, where we're going to use technology that's cheap, but people can work with, but we're also going to do it in a different way. And they pulled it off. This time it pulled it off. There's another time, Wii U, where it didn't quite pull off. But again, it's
Wii U.
I love the Wii U. I'm playing the Wii U right now.
Yeah, the Wii U was an interesting system. Like they had a great library of games. It was just marketed poorly.
Yeah,
Wii U is it made the switch to the Switch obvious.
Yeah,
because the Wii U is.
I hope they call it the Switch U.
Fairly obvious.
Switch U.
Or it's fairly obvious. Yeah, the next thing that you'd do is you would make it so that rather than these handles being attached to the screen, you can take the handles off. And then you'd be able to incorporate those and shit, doing it that way. That's a very obvious generational change. That was a fantastic generational change. Again, I'm not shitting on the consoles, saying that this is what it seemed like was happening to me. I'm just saying that, yeah, when it came to the Nintendo handhelds, when they didn't have much challenge, that's when they were the least innovative.
That's when they were phoning it.
Yeah, we got the like I said, we got the Virtual Boy,
which was an exception to the rule. I will absolutely agree that it was an exception.
No, that was a blunder. You would think that if they were in the top of the marketplace, that the next thing would just sell like crazy because it's the only game in the business. But people were like, no, fuck this. This sucks. And it was quite a bit of time until the PSP came out. So, they were lagging with just Game Boy Advance shit. So,
because Game Boy Advance lasted fucking forever.
Well, yeah.
It did.
And that's supercharged Super Nintendo shit.
Yeah, it was... Again, they took the Game Boy Color, they tweaked it a bit, they changed the shape, Game Boy Advance.
Hold on.
Whoa, hold on. Bad Dog Unlimited. Did he just say Atari made a handheld and it blew Game Gear out of the fucking water? Are you saying the Lynx blew the Game Gear out? Go fuck yourself, dude. I'm sorry. Politely, I'll say it. I'll give you a hand tissue.
Go. Politely go fornicate yourself.
That is... Are you kidding me? Look.
You'll politely give him a hand gesture to go fuck himself?
The Atari Lynx was a decent handheld. It was an interesting handheld. It was an interesting handheld because you could, alter the view screen, right? So you can play shoot 'em ups in a longer type of screen.
I do want to point out that it kind of sounded like you would put yourself into slow motion there. It's an interesting...
Well, for the Lynx.
I hate this goddamn...
But it...
Motherfuck, I hate this.
It didn't have too many games, and the games that it did have weren't that good. The ports that it had weren't that good. I mean, I still want to get one. Not gonna lie. Just because I like Atari games or Atari systems.
Atari wasn't a bad system.
No, it had a really good version of Gauntlet.
Gauntlet was always a good game. Yeah.
Gauntlet's fun as shit. There's a lot of classic, fantastic games that I kind of want to see a proper revival. Not a reboot, not just do that game again, making it fun. Don't try to be clever. Don't try to fuck with the story.
You're never get that.
Yeah, I'm not going to, but there's games that they make me wish that was something that would be able to happen, because the old Gauntlet games, they were fun. Golden Axe. I loved Golden Axe. I loved Golden Axe too. Let me be the dwarf riding upon the giant's back again.
Let me be the dwarf riding upon my dragon-like creature, doing dragon-like things. Man, I got fun.
See, I'm surprised he didn't want to go for the weirdest one, which is let me be the dwarf riding on the giant's back, riding on the dragon-like creature.
That would be Death Adder's Revenge.
Look, that game, that
was so much fun.
You know what game I wish they were revived, but they won't do it justice? Fucking Echo the Dog. That game has potential.
Hold on, we'll talk about Echo. Bad Dog. All right.
Nope.
I'm not sure if we got more games. and I'm sure it got better reviews.
Nope. Go away.
I don't
go
know.
away.
That might not be I might be from a different timeline, So,
But like
that
I
could be a
said, all
possibility.
other handhelds were behind Nintendo in the market.
Yeah. But
Damn it.
Echo the Dolphin was a fucked up game.
Yes, and that's why I want more of it.
Why?
Because it was a fucked up game in a thin veneer of wholesomeness.
See, I want more edutainment games again.
Echo the Dolphin literally was, cosmic horror disguised as a kid-friendly game. Because you had to defeat a Lovecraftian entity essentially at the end of that game, and tell me you didn't. That game was fucking fun. Who's typing what?
I'm quickly typing a message back to someone.
Ooh.
Yes.
Are you typing in a dishwasher? Tell them to get to work.
But what I want to have again is I want the edutainment games that aren't grade level locked edutainment games, because they still do some edutainment. The games that are like the old Jumpstart games, I think they still do versions of those to this day.
Okay, well, hold on. They're making a new Carmen San Diego games. I think it's Netflix is doing it. If I recall, they're releasing them on consoles and PC, but also I think they're pushing like a Netflix games type thing. But yeah, how do you think they're gonna do edutainment? Thank you. With this one coming up,
I don't think they're gonna do it well. I think they're gonna turn Carmen San Diego from a game about you learning about our planet or America into this big ass girl
history,
boss
locations, yeah. Oh yeah.
She's gonna be this insufferable girl boss.
I think
Sanguine.
maybe a focus on just the female
Look what I'm
people
playing.
of history.
Nice. But yeah, I hope that they do it well.
But again, they won't. Most modern games, especially when they're done by certain studios, leave me severely lacking.
Because it's a very simple premise. What you do is you have Carmen Sandiego, you have her henchmen. You have them steal interesting shit.
You have them steal interesting shit, and you have them, escape to some part of either the planet or America.
Yep,
Or
you have
country,
them
Europe, or some location
into some location that you have to figure out by finding clues. So you can have it through time. Where in time is Carmen Sandiego? Fantastic game. You can have it be throughout the entire world. Where in the world? Fantastic game. You could have it be in the U.S. Where in the U.S.? Fantastic game. You just have to have a set location and then you figure things out.
Well, hold on. No. What you just described is backwards, because the gameplay is a set of puzzles and trivia based
I'm in the game show, James.
Well, but that's what it is. It's the game is, again, edutainment, right? I think I said it. So the core of the game is to give you trivia or questionnaires to educate you. The cover is, yes, Carmen Sandiego as a head of this crime syndicate sent her lackeys out to steal gems or whatever around whatever area, and that's what they're doing.
With the advancement of like procedural generation, you can honestly craft a Carmen Sandiego game or a game similar to it with randomized puzzles and shit. Like, like you can literally have oh well, Carmen Sandiego stole the Mona Lisa. Okay, well, you thought you would have the same scenario as always, but no. In actuality, she got to go through. She's in France, and the first time, but now she's in fucking Belize or in Italy.
Yep.
Because again, with the procedural generation and everything that we have now, especially if you did it on like the computer, it would be able to do shit like that.
Yeah,
it would be an amazing game. Hell yeah,
it would just be you have a list of items that and wonders and buildings and shit like that could be stolen, and then you have the list of locations and you have the list of clues for all the different locations, and it just Mad Libs your story of this is what was stolen, this is the location that you're going to, here are the clues that you're going to find.
Yeah.
And it has the list of henchmen. And it goes through the henchmen, and it just has a very simple, once a henchman is caught, until Carmen's caught, that henchman is no longer in the list. So just
even better.
Away the henchman until you catch Carmen, and then Carmen escapes, because Carmen always escapes.
Yeah, you can't keep Carmen down.
And then when Carmen escapes, all the henchmen are back.
Shit, imagine if it was a roguelike, essentially. You have to catch all the henchmen before you can catch Carmen herself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you fail a mission, somehow that henchman all the henchmen that you caught escape, you gotta do it all over again. That shit would be amazing, especially with everything we have now.
Yeah, and I want those. I want Carmen Sandiego games back. I want Dr. Brain's Island. Do you know how much shit I would flip if a Dr. Brain's Island game came out?
Mm-hmm.
Because Dr. Brain was fantastic. And you can play Dr. Brain games as a grown adult and be going, God damn, this game's fucking difficult if you crank up the difficulty.
Shit, you know what game games I used to love the most? I wish they would bring back like chess and shit. Like
Yep.
Like do you remember Battle Chess? It was essentially chess, but you did like little battle animations for your pieces and shit. So you got a little entertainment with, oh, my king, my pawn took your knight, so you see my pawn shank your fucking knight.
Mm-hmm.
Or you see the bishop like use magic and prayer to fucking kill your queen.
So Tyr, would you be down to stream a game of Risk?
Oh fuck yeah, I like Risk.
Risk is fun. What about you, Sanguine? Would you play Risk?
Risk is fun.
I love strategy games. Like I have a shit ton of them on my. That's basically all. Have you seen me fucking play Crusader Kings? I love that game.
You know what's funny is a good strategy for Risk is make sure you have control of Australia land.
Because it's hard to attack it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You
and
just
it's
get Australasia, you build up on Papua New Guinea, and you tell everyone else to fuck off.
And that's Terry's strategy is I'm just gonna play as War Machine and fucking spam the fucking industrial blast, whatever the fuck it is. I got you, Terry.
All right, so when I realized one of the things I hate about playing Atari is Atari always fucking fights at range. He never fucking gets up close, and you have
No.
to. That's where he stays, and he's a fucking bastard for it.
No, I'm getting better at my geef, so there's gonna be a lot of hugs for him.
There's
Again.
a game that I'm trying to remember. A chess game
I'm
from
sorry,
the 90s
somebody was
where
having a street
all
race.
chess pieces had their own personality. They were all animated. And it had... It was a... I want to say it was like Chess King or something like that, but that's not the name of it.
I have a chess game on Switch, and it looks really nice looking. I can't remember what it's called.
But it had a shit ton of different difficulties that you could set it to. Of course, it had
battle chess.
Let me double check. I think Battle Chess is another one that I think I remember Battle Chess, and it's a different one.
Are you thinking about Harry Potter chess?
It's a different one. So in the one that I'm thinking of, it had the pieces weren't people. The pieces were just given their own personality while they looked the same as normal chess pieces. And they would talk. You had different challenges that you could do.
Okay. It reminds me of Battle Chess.
Yeah, it was about the same time that they came out. This one was more cartoony.
Hold on. Was this on... What is this on? PC?
Yep.
And, okay, well, what kind of PC spec? You talking
It was able to play
Pentium or
at
46? Like, how old a game are we talking?
We're talking like
Early
95.
90s.
Is this a DOS game?
I can't remember whether it was a DOS boot.
Windows 95 or Windows XP?
Was 95.
I'm pretty sure it's either it looks it's an early DOS game.
I remember playing it on the 95.
It said 95, but okay, so
because I'm getting Battle Chess.
No, because
it's
it
just
had,
I mean,
pull
how
up
many
the image for Battle Chess. It isn't the right one.
Think of how many clones of these games were coming out at this time.
Yeah, it had a wizard chess piece that was the one that was guiding you through.
Hold on. There.
And I can picture it clearly in my mind, but
Are you sure? Because again, this is 92 Battle Chess.
Yes, I know what Battle Chess looks like. It had all the pieces were people.
Yeah.
This one, the pieces weren't people.
Very slow.
The pieces were chess pieces. But they were chess pieces with like facial hair and personality. So the queen chess piece was still shaped like a queen chess piece. It just had a face on the top of the chess piece. And it was very sassy. The knights looked like a normal knight chess piece, but they were very haughty and they were very brash.
What?
What do you mean, what? Was it what I said, or was it...
Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine an old game that ran on around Windows 95. it's a chess game.
It's a chess game.
And it has a knight piece that is depicted as brash and haughty.
Yeah, so there would be small little bits of them speaking when you're doing challenges.
Wait, so there's cutscenes in it?
Not cutscenes. There's voices.
Sanguine. Are you talking about this game?
Which game? Because there we go. No, that's not it. But that is another one that I played.
All right. I think we're getting closer.
Huh.
Battle chess. How about this? This looks like it.
I don't know. It doesn't look brash or haughty.
It wasn't. So the boards were floating boards that then had a background picture behind them of medieval times. So it was like a castle in the distance.
No, that's not it either.
Was it just called Chess? Let me quickly double check. I don't think this is the right one. No, that's just the name of a book. What the fuck was the name of this game? I can picture it so vividly. I remember the old wizardly chess piece. I remember his voice because he was the main voiceover. I remember anytime that you took a piece with the queen would just kind of scoff, and then the piece would flee the field.
Huh.
And I can remember the sound cues from moving the piece because it was a very distinct scraping noise followed by a clunk.
And you played it on the PC?
Played it on a PC.
Okay.
Golden board.
Dude, I don't know. There's so many chess games.
Again, are you sure this isn't what you're... Let me share the screen, because again...
Were you at some point hanging out with Eagles? And
Chessmates! It's called Chessmates!
See?
That's the name of the game. It is called Chessmates.
Okay.
Or Chessmates. The only thing that I had wrong was it was a wizard, not a wizard chess piece.
You see, there was one time that an old man told me about eagles and their balls. And the knowledge you gain from
I see it. All right. I found it.
Yeah.
Hanging out with them.
It is an old chess game that I remember playing the ever-living shit out of. And I loved it. I want things like that to return.
Again, you would... they will never know the simple pleasures of playing such games. I used to be part of this little club type thing that went to a computer lab and used to play
okay.
I played the original Sim Life and Sim City and Sim Ant. Oh, man.
Because you guys were confused when I said that the pieces each had their own faces and personality.
Mm-hmm.
Here, let me swap over to this browser, paste that in. This will just allow you to see a screenshot of the game, which it has a very distinctive look to it.
Can you zoom in?
that get bigger for you guys as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
The wizard dude, if you were stuck, you could click on him and he would give you tips.
Holy shit. Dude, this looks like a game that would be bundled with a fucking magazine.
It does kind of look like that, but it was such a fun game. And
I mean, I'm not like I said, at this time, these games are all over the place.
Oh yeah. And the challenges on it were fantastic. It was a good difficulty ramp up for the games and the challenges. It had a shit ton of different skill levels that you could play at.
Hey, Sanguine.
Yep.
Look what I found.
Did they have animations?
They had animations for certain, or all the pieces had movement animations. The faces would react depending on what was happening. The different characters would make different noises. Oh, he found a video.
It's kind of like this.
That voice.
Oh,
the knight is dutifully guarding all his treasures with a 5-pound bag, when suddenly the dragon shows up and drools over the goodies.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Yeah.
Hmm?
5-pound bag for 10 pounds of shit.
You see, Okay, let's get into some puzzles where the fork is used.
So it would explain different chess moves. It would have you do the moves. It would then get more and more difficult as you went on through the different puzzles.
It's your move. Find the knight fork in this position.
Hold on, I want to see them move.
Very good. That is the correct move.
So when you take... Yep, there we go.
Okay. Yeah, see, that's what I want to see. Dude, yeah, this is exactly this time period of games.
Because of the unusual way that the knight moves.
She would, I like how she would
scroll in the corner.
Like I said, she would scoff at things.
Puzzle.
She was extremely haughty. And every puzzle would get its explanation.
Or be lost to the bishop. Leaving the bishop free to skewer the defenseless knight.
There you go. I guess there's the hottie toddy.
Yep.
Good job. Your skewer reached right past the queen.
Dude, okay.
You
Oh man, I'm not gonna be able
Frog
to
faced
remember it.
bishops.
There was a
I do like to look at the
oh yes, 7th level games. They did a couple of like puzzlers or point and click adventure type games. And they did the same kind of thing where they had that animation style where it was like a wackadoo type 90s
It's
new
like
kind of
someone
Looney
watched a
Tune.
claymation and then drew the claymation.
Yeah. And yeah, I like it. Again, that's a time period piece, dude. You know, you look at that and you're like, oh shit, I remember that time. That's why I was asking, you know, funny how we carbon date this one, where it's like, okay, was it DOS or was it Windows 95?
It was
the more we got closer to it, we had to figure that shit out.
Yeah, it was released in 96, which is why I remember playing it on the 95.
See, they probably would have sold that alongside with models of a new HP or what was the one with the cow?
Oh, it was the Gateway.
Gateway, yeah.
James Colley says, I want a Dungeon Keeper remake with all the crass and sarcasm of the original. Yes.
Dungeon Keeper. Oh, I remember that game.
I'll be right back. I need to piss like a racehorse.
Whoa!
Hey,
Dude.
go check your toaster.
Whoa, dude. Yeah, if your toaster needs a check-in, you got to go check in. Windows ME. Yeah.
What is it running on? It's running on Vista.
Now I know why your name is Joker. That's not an actual quote. Oh man, my phone's fucked.
You wanna know how I got these scars?
Whoa. You're playing Mario?
Yep.
Yeah, Vista was shit. Usually the going joke at work is, we like to see a unit come in where it still has XP, but usually it's just Windows 10.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the old school educational games of the 90s.
Okay, hold on. Have any of you played an old computer game? I think it's called Storybook Weaver.
Nope.
Let me check, because that sounds familiar.
I think all you do is just put characters on a screen and then make a story.
Oh, it's an old Windows game.
Okay, because I don't know, elementary. I was in elementary school, so it's like definitely like
100 years ago.
Yeah, that's why I said. That's why I mentioned. Is it 486? Yeah, because it might be that one.
Weaver. I do remember this game.
Yeah, it's like a Mavis Beaches teaches typing. Mavis Bacon teaches typing. That lady is teaching you how to type. And I think she's a black lady.
There.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's in that same time frame as what was the game? It was the Incredible Machine, I want to say.
Oh, dude, early PC games are fun.
Yeah.
Again, these kids will never know the simple joys.
Nope.
They grew up in they've grown up in the dark ages.
I forgot that the African Trail was a game.
We remember Oregon Trail?
Yeah, the Oregon Trail is a classic, but the African Trail is about a bike trip.
Yeah, I remember playing that. We played that a lot. You had to get like spare tires and shit. You had to pack enough trail rations.
Yep. It was like the Oregon Trail if you took out the best part, which was just
dysentery.
Dying of dysentery.
No.
Again, why would people die of dysentery?
Killing every single thing that breathes from the East Coast, Oregon.
I don't suck at it, James. I'm not playing optimally. There's a difference.
When I play the Oregon Trail, I'm doing a buffalo extermination sim.
Why are you exterminating the buffalo again? God damn it.
Because when you're playing the Oregon Trail, if all your people that go missing don't find you again by just following the corpses, are you even playing the game?
I get you.
What if they are and they still keep moving?
At least your people come back fat and healthy. I swear, I don't think I ever lost someone in that game. Everyone always returned.
Shit, I used to play Oregon Trail. Again, I played Oregon Trail. I played the bike game. I played most of the Carmen Sandiego games.
Mm-hmm.
I played the original Sims, the Sim City, Sim Life. I love Sim Life. I wish they would bring that one back.
Mm-hmm.
Sim City is a series that needs to return.
did enjoy, or of course I enjoyed the really young edutainment games as well, and those are still around. I just wish that we had edutainment games that were as good and as able to reach higher up to people that aren't children anymore.
All right, so I'm gonna say this openly. Again, I play a shit ton of like Crusader Kings and Europa Universalis.
Oh yeah,
And
I play those too.
I learned a shit ton from just playing those games. Yes, they become ahistorical at points, like, but you still learn some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Halfdan is a fucking bitch, and I fucking hate him. Harold Halfdan or Harl, whatever the fuck his name is, that invades England and his Viking race, I fucking hate him.
Halfdan Lothbrokson.
Yeah, his bitch ass. Fucking hate his ass. I'm not playing. Look, I'm just playing to play. I'm not really trying to do anything, James. See, look, there. One swift motion. Happy? Jeez.
But yeah, there's so many of those old edutainment games. Again, Dr. Brain's Island.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Brain's Castle. I guarantee that if you found one of those to play and you cranked up the difficulty all the way, they would be kicking your ass to this day.
I fucking hate the fish. Damn cheaps.
And the thing about it that was so cool was that it wasn't just one topic with Dr. Brain. It was a shit ton of topics.
Mm-hmm.
So they would allow you to fucking just go through and figure out so many goddamn things. It would be a programming section. There would be math sections. There would be verbal sections. Mm-hmm. There'd be literature. There would be astronomy. There would be quoting fucking classical works of literature. And you would work through all these different puzzles. And it was fascinating.
Yeah, the good old days. Where gaming was young and new, and you wanted to teach your kids a little something. And the government thought they could use it to teach kids how to destroy and kill. And then you had all the fucking mom and dad groups. Oh, video games, murder simulators.
I'm fine with FPSs. I'm fine with all that shit. Just make these games as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be an either or. Give me some quality edutainment, because there's sorry fucking excuses for edutainment now a good chunk of the time. When you look up new edutainment games, let me do this again because I did
Hey, Sanguine.
Yep.
I learned how to play this game in elementary school, and I've been playing it since. Mancala, Mancala.
Yep.
And I play at impossible difficulty because I'm a fucking idiot.
Yeah. No, what'd you do?
Well, let's see. New edutainment games. Let's see what the edutainment games that people talk about now are. So they include Minecraft. Minecraft is an edutainment.
Mm-hmm.
Rocksmith 2014 remastered. Okay, it's a music game, but that maybe Little Big Planet. Really? Then you get to Leapfrog games, and Leapfrog games, yeah, they're edutainment. Brain Trainer. The Dr. Kawashima's brain training. Brain Age. Then you get to fun edutainment game as the next one, Kerbal Space Program. Hell yeah. But
that was a fun space game.
So many of the edutainment games now, they strip away either the education or the entertainment. Bring back edutainment that's actually fun and interesting. If you want to have a puzzle game where it's just a bunch of different puzzles, give us a fucking story for why we're doing the puzzles.
Yeah.
Don't just have it be, well, okay, so you're now going to do this puzzle. Why am I doing this puzzle? Because you're doing this puzzle. Fuck you.
Because we said do the damn puzzle. Do the goddamn puzzle.
Yeah.
You have no choice. You have to do the puzzle one.
Yeah. Give me a story as to why the puzzle is happening.
Yeah.
Make it so that I'm trying to find someone in a mystery house.
You better be mystery.
Yeah, give me something that gives me some connection to why I'm doing this shit, rather than just, well, now it's your 15 minutes of Sudoku.
Yeah, just do the shit.
Wait, who's playing Sudoku?
There's a lot of those brain games that it is, today's math challenge is do this 15-minute Sudoku. Rather than it being, no, here's a story that makes it interesting. Go through and play.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want edutainment games that actually tell stories, which is why the Carmen Sandiego games are fantastic. Because every time, yeah, you're solving just puzzles, but you're solving puzzles because you're trying to do something, not just solve the puzzles. So the puzzles are an element of the storytelling. They aren't everything. Give me those type of edutainment games. Give me games that there's actually a fucking story. There's actually something that I'm doing.
Well, okay. Am I honest? Oh, hey, it's that one game. In my honest take, I think a lot of people, they are getting confused and mishmashed with these creative processes. Because you're right, they should focus on telling a great story, and that's what they should do. And if you can craft it and get a development team to build a game around it, awesome. The problem is the people who do that a lot of times expect it to be that next big thing.
Yeah.
And when it doesn't, all of a sudden, instead of focusing on where they've missed and restructuring and rebuilding and doing it again, a lot of times it seems they go into this, no, I'm gonna lash out and say all this stuff. Maybe bad publicity is gonna get this
are
project.
Are you talking about Concord? Yeah.
I don't think I'm doing that.
I think you're talking about Concord, and it's a fuck. And I completely want to say that game is ass, and it should be buried underneath a fucking landfill, just like ET is.
Hey, don't blame ET. It's not a bad game.
No. All right. So, again, when you make DEI the video game, that's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
You no one wants DEI the video game. No one wants to play diversity high video games. If you come in there with a clear agenda, why the fucking Android has pronouns?
Well, hold on. Here's my take on that. It's make that game, and again with that, it's like holy shit, you managed to get this studio to spend this much support for you. You made it. It's obvious that nobody wanted to play it. For whatever reasons, they didn't want to fucking again. You spend the money on it, so they didn't want to do that. And even worse, spend time on it. You know, or more crucial, I should say, spend time on this. Look back and say, okay, it's not for the masses. If you really wanted to make games, just make another one for the people who enjoyed playing it.
Yep.
Yeah, but the problem is, they spend all that money on making this game.
Oh well, somebody's gonna be sucking a dick.
You know, you spend all this money on making a game. You spend 8 years and making this epic looking game. You know, these amazing graphics, the game that's supposed to blow everybody and their mama out the water, and it sucks. Like the people you're marketing it to don't have money to buy it, and the people that you need to buy it don't like the look of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
to add some sauce on that is insult the people who you want them to buy it.
Yes, insult the right people you want to purchase your game. You're not going to make any friends, and you're not going to get any money from that shit. You were fucked 7 ways from Sunday when you came out with that shit. And people already told you it looks bad. Like when we saw the trailer for it, people were saying this shit looks like ass.
Well, even beyond the aesthetics, I was seeing people saying that it's another team shooting game that is already like the market is already flooded with these types of games that already has a community playing it. So
and it's free to play.
Yeah, so good luck trying to. I mean, yeah, you know, like you're still going against the current, you know.
Yeah.
But again, they lack humility, and that's why I wish the Iron Sheik would come back and take all of these people and kindly and gently break their back, put them in a camel clutch, and fuck them in the ass.
God damn it.
And make them humble.
Oh, calm it down, killer. All right, calm it down.
That's what you gotta do.
Yeah, you lost me at fucking them in the ass.
That's how you make them humble.
Yeah. Also, that's how you catch a charge.
Well, yeah.
I got pride. I can't be doing shit like this.
Don't be making no. Did you see that Hobbit game they're making?
The search for Smeagol or some shit.
Okay, there's 3 because there's search for the Smeagol game. There's the hunt for Smeagol movies. I think they're making, and then they're making a game about living in the Shire, and they had this trailer come out where it was like, meet the creative team behind it, and it's all exactly who you think it is.
Do you know what would be an actually fun game based on Shire living?
What?
So, you guys know Stardew Valley games and shit like that?
Mm-hmm.
A farming sim set in the Shire where you farm, you provide food for the local tavern, you try to find someone to marry. Have it be just
my thing.
I might get into it if you're allowed to grow a giant pumpkin, and also one of the bonuses is spending time just smoking pipeweed.
Pipeweed.
Oh, one of the things that you have to do is grow pipeweed in that game that I'm picturing.
All right.
You have to get the finest pipeweed in the Southern Farthings.
All right. Let me say this. Let me say this, Bob. We don't. The people that want to play a non-violent Lord of the Rings game aren't Lord of the Rings fans.
No, they could be if you're talking about that game that I was just talking about, where it's a farming sim in the Shire. That is the perfect game for this is what life in the Shire was like.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find people that really enjoy the world of Middle Earth that would absolutely fucking love that.
Yes, and you can build up the points by how many hours you sit on your porch and leer at the passerbys as you fucking chew your tobacco and spit in the bin. I don't know.
How much
it's
shit
long
you
feet.
talk to the insane Baggins is.
Goddamn Bagginses. Filthy Bagginses.
You know, ever since Bilbo went on that adventure, everything's been weird in the Shire.
Exactly. And that would be what it would be. It would be as you're going through the story, just you would get these hints of the wider world of things going wrong. It'd be in between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. That would be when this game is taking place. And you'd hear stories of what's happening in the wider world. And you would have Bilbo talking his mad shit about everyone.
All right, but can I be gay?
No. Fucking no. Look,
that's not my real truthful life in the Shire. I can't enjoy growing pipeweed and leering at passerbys unless I can kindly and calmly beep.
You just want to boink a guy.
Well, I mean, it's the minions. I don't want to say some things that might get us.
Yeah. 5286.
Yeah.
Use Netta Deletus. but
yeah,
all right.
You could have non-violent versions of
but is it really fun?
Lord of the Rings. You could make it fun. Now,
maybe because it wouldn't like farming sims.
we certainly can make it fun.
Yeah, some people don't like farming sims, and if you don't like farming sims, then that game wouldn't be for you. But other people really enjoy farming sims, and it's not that game wouldn't be for you the way that, well, this movie isn't for you. No, it's just the normal. If you don't like racing games, racing games aren't for you.
Yeah,
I agree. I don't like racing games, so I don't buy racing games.
Yeah, and you could even slice that up too, where it's like Ridge Racer versus Daytona. You know, like it's two different types of racing, or even Indy 500. Is it Indy 5? I don't know.
Yeah, if you want
don't hurt
NASCAR
me,
style racing games, then you aren't really going to be the target audience for a Mario Kart or a rally car racing game. Those are very different types of games.
Monster trucks this Sunday.
Yeah. Those are very different types of games. So,
and you know what?
There's games that people are going to be into. There's games that people aren't going to be into.
We have this argument with Terry where he doesn't like actual good games like Soul Calibur and Tekken. He wants to stick to these outdated, yeah.
Actually, I believe is because he has so much time in those games. He's memorized everything.
Yeah.
What do you do with the man that has infinite time?
There are
games that don't break.
You don't really like normally, but they're pretty as shit. So you're going, ooh, yeah, I don't like this style of game. but pretty, and you play it anyways because pretty. There are going to be those
there are a
games.
shit ton of
There's
games
no
that
problem.
I like that.
Say again?
There are a shit ton of games that I do like that. So, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because it looks nice.
Won me over. Yep.
Yeah. I'm with you. Yeah. If it looks nice, even if I'm fucking getting my ass handed to me every time. But yeah. If it looks nice, it's like fucking that was fucking nice looking.
Yep. And when you have those games, that's perfectly fine. It isn't something that, oh, well, you shouldn't like those games. Fuck that. If you like the game because it's really fucking pretty, then enjoy your pretty fucking game. Have fun.
I agree.
Well, no, games should be for everyone. No, they aren't. No game is for everyone. No. Everyone has things that they like in games, things that they don't like in games. And if I like things that you don't like in a game, and you like things that I don't like in the game, we have different games that we play.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is my thing. I don't care what you like. Honestly, I don't. Don't force your shit on me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if say the Hobbit game, I'm not gonna deny it should be created. Like, if they're gonna spend the money to make it, go right ahead. I'm not gonna buy it because it doesn't look rather interesting to me. Because
if I'm gonna play
Lord of the Rings, I want to be violent.
But it wouldn't be the sort of game that you would like. But at the same time, you would be able to go, okay, yeah, that's not for me, but that's an interesting way of doing a Lord of the Rings game.
Yeah. I'm not going to knock it. I'm not going to say it shouldn't be created because I don't particularly like it.
No. And I would add to that it's not even I want it gone and I don't want anybody to play it. It's, dude, I'm just not interested. You know, like
yes, it just doesn't interest me.
I'm glad you enjoy it, and hope you enjoy more of it. More to you, and that goes to like if I were passing a joint to somebody and they're like, "Nah, dude, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, come on, man." It's like, all right, fuck more for me, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck you. No, not fuck you, but like like, hey,
Yeah, it's just okay.
Yeah.
Not for
more
you.
For me.
Okay, well, then I don't need to bother you with it because I know it's a fruitless endeavor.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go crazy because again, if you want to watch that, you want to do that, go right ahead. Play your game. I'm not going to support it because I don't particularly like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go right ahead.
This seems like such I don't know, like
such a basic thing.
Yeah.
Don't force your shit on everyone else. Like and don't call people bigots because they don't want your shit.
Like, we can still be friends even though we don't like the same color, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we don't have the same favorite color.
I mean, again, we can bond over our love for video games. Like, we all like video games. Just because me and Stan would prefer to play fucking Crusader Kings more than we like to play Soul Calibur doesn't make that we can't agree on shit. And there are times where I'm like, yeah, maybe I want to play a little Soul Calibur or something. I don't mind hopping on. Am I going to go? Can't play with you, Sanguine. I'm playing Soul Calibur. Nah. No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's things that are a hell of a lot of fun. There's things that you will find fun. There's things that you won't find fun. It's perfectly chill if something that you find fun, someone else doesn't find fun. Stop being anal about it. And stop insisting that, no, everything needs to be for everyone. No, nothing can be for everyone.
Shit.
You know what I don't find fun? Eating cats.
Oh, Lord. Why'd you eat the cats?
They aren't disgusting. They just aren't the tastiest.
I mean,
they smell bad to begin with, so I don't know.
They're a little bit stringy.
Look, I go to the Chinese food, Chinese joint every so often, so I've had cat before. It's okay. Not my cup of tea. I'm pretty sure I had dog. And I say this as my cat runs across my foot.
You mean your emergency ration?
Your cat.
Yes,
knows.
Ow. All right, so my best friend had a small little miniature teacup pencil, right? And we had the in joke that if World War III, like the zombie apocalypse, ever breaks out, that's his plan B. But she was going to be highly intelligent, and she was going to let the zombies in, and he was going to go, Muffin, why? She's going to go, woof, and like run off.
Well, okay, hold on. This was brought up at work the other day. Okay.
Okay.
I think did I mention this before? We've been kind of slow at work, so we haven't really been doing a lot.
I hate Minecraft and that one survival shooter game with dancing crap. I don't know what he's talking about.
I think he's talking Fortnite.
Oh, Fortnite. No, but I brought up, I was like, okay, all the shit that's going on. What do you think you would prefer in a doomsday scenario? Would it be zombies? Would it
the
be
Firebird AD apocalypse?
Well, hold on. Zombies, World War III, or asteroid or like AIM type thing coming in that pretty much is everything's dunsies,
World War III, because I'm more likely to survive that one, but I want the Firebird AD post apocalypse.
You want to live in a post-apocalypse times?
Give me a zombie horde.
Well, hold on.
So
zombie, which kind of zombie? Slow zombies or fast zombies?
Slow zombie. But
if I have the choice, slow zombie, yeah.
Walking
do you know what Firebird AD?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know what Firebird AD is?
No, what's that?
So it's an old movie. And the premise is that the world just ran out of fucking oil. Like, out of nowhere. Just gone.
Wait, did you say Titan AE?
No, Firebird AD.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know that one.
All right, so all the oil is gone. And so government started locking shit down. Illegal cars that travel from city to city just doing runs and shit. It's fucking fun. And that's all the post-apocalypse is. We just fucking ran out of oil. We don't have fucking mutants. The planet's okay. Everything's fine. Except for we have no more oil.
See, I would want zombies. Because zombies, I have a decent chance of surviving zombies.
Aren't dwarves immune to zombie bites?
Say again?
Aren't dwarves immune to zombie bites?
Quite possibly. But also, I have armor. So, me in a zombie apocalypse would be donning my chain mail, grabbing melee weapons, and just, okay, there's a zombie, walk up, it tries to bite me, it fails, stab it in the head, it dies.
Did you turn this to turn-based? As a lich, I might want zombies. I'd be perfectly safe.
Okay, well, hold on. That went into because somebody brought up, and I think they were thinking about Walking Dead because I think it came up in there. But they're like, couldn't you just act like a zombie and walk amongst them? And somebody was like,
you smell like a zombie.
Well, yeah. Somebody was like, well, yeah, you had to smell like it, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, how does it? What?
Honestly, I'm not worried. If in reality, if zombies happen, I'm not worried at all. Let me tell you why. Maryland gets fucking cold, and anything that it doesn't have blood pumping through it will fucking freeze. And all I gotta do is walk around and start bashing statues. I'm fucking fine.
Yeah, like I said, zombies, they're easy. All that I would need to do for zombies is chainmail, if it's cold enough that I'm not going to die of heat, I would just go, okay, let me grab my leather bomber jacket, wear that on top of my chain mail, and okay, now I can just walk around and freely murk people.
See, and here,
calm down.
Another comic for the Ripperverse, right?
Bad Dog.
It's
calm that shit down.
It's Sanguine character. It's right after the whole zombie apocalypse went down, and so it's him chaining up and getting ready to go out, and he has to go and do an escort mission or some shit. And that's it.
Imagine a comic with all of our online personas. So, like say, Johnny Hellcat is the demonic cat. You have Sanguine, who is, the Dwarven Lord. You have me at the Lich. You have, Hey Camel with the Living Camel.
Holy shit!
Imagine
the Zooverse.
Yeah, just imagine like a Means of the Zoo comic where we have all of all the avatars we have essentially is the characters in the shit, and there's a zombie apocalypse, and everybody's looking at me. Fuck, I care. I don't control the undead. I just make them. Can you tell them to stop? I could. I don't want to.
But what if it's a different kind of zombie that you can't control?
I would still tell y'all I could. I just don't want to. I'm not gonna let y'all know I can't control shit. I'm okay. I can walk among them. I'm a lich. What they going? Oh God, I'm being bitten and turned to an undead. Oh no. Johnny Hellcat's demonic cat is just walking around. They wouldn't fuck with me.
Somehow it bites you and it re-deads you.
it turns me alive. Oh God, listen again. I'm feeling.
Oh shit! See, there you go, and then that's the story. You came in and you were gloating, and all of a sudden you get bitten, you get turned into an actual human. You're like, oh fuck! Now I gotta hang out with you guys. It's like shit.
Now I have bodily functions.
Whoa,
and you still have some control of the zombies, so you still have powers. It's just not concrete.
Human, that assumes that he was a real human before he became a lich.
Well,
Hey, as a lich, yeah,
he could have been anything.
Again, I just met using Hellcat's Hellcat as the character. Him walking like, oh well, fuck, they're not gonna bite me. Why? Well, I'm just sitting back in the hell they came from.
I just feel like since everyone else is being given functional immunity, it's just going to be you guys walking and talking in the background. It's just my dwarven self walking around in armor. A zombie stumbles up, tries to bite me, stab him in the head. You guys are still just talking in the forefront as I'm just killing fucking...
Where's Sanguine at? Oh, he's over there killing shit. Should we help him? He's fine. He's
stabbing zombies in the head as they come to bite me every time.
Like, why the hell are we out here anyway? Oh, we're getting alcohol. This is a beer run.
That is important.
Sanguine doesn't have yeast in the house, so we need to go on a beer run.
That's the whole story. Is Sanguine has been held up in his place for so long. He's like, shit, I need resources, and so and it's only 4 books, and
Sanguine's sober.
And that's why he is so
so gung-ho about killing all of the fucking zombies near me.
He is a rip and tear.
You bastards keeping me from the booze.
I'm sober, goddammit.
And I still have to wait for it to ferment. No, but and then like I said, it'll be 4 books. Get it out there. That'll be the start of the Zooverse. And then we start having all these other characters come in. and they convene into one giant story. It will make millions.
Kefki is Cthulhu. She's a giant ferret, which is like the size of a dog. Oh man, oh god, like it's Cthulhu. Yeah, wait a minute, why is she? She's only like big as a damn dog. Not scary. Not scary at all. God damn it, cat. If I go take you to Springfield, Ohio, they eat cats there.
But yeah, it would be an amusing.
Yeah, we'd have to work in
Premise.
Sanguine's cooking stuff. So, in each book, he has to have a specific meal that he cooks.
That's so. It's not just the booze. It is every time. It is we're leaving for something. So it's first time. It's leaving for booze. Second time, need some steak. Third time.
Oh, and maybe there's a spice or like a garlic or something that you need. That's like, holy fuck! And how am I gonna get this?
And now we go on this massive road trip, and we no what it should be. Sam will start to get the spice, and he on the road trip he meets all of our characters, and we just decide to join them. Well, I'm not fucking doing anything. I guess I could fucking come.
And it's just each edition is we're going for something else.
Something retarded like. Oh, well, he needs this one fucking oil that's only made like this one special place. Yeah. Why does he need it? I don't fucking know. I don't eat food.
Okay, let me just get this ready. All I need is a little bit of long. Oh, son of a bitch.
Here, come on, we're going. Oh, God damn, did we just go out last week?
Need long pepper.
You know what? It should be wacky hijinks all through, on a road trip. Car breaks down. Now we gotta walk.
Mm-hmm.
And he picks up random minions along the way.
We run into. Deer has to train zombies to pedal bikes to generate electricity.
Yes.
Like so Sang was the only place around that has electricity because I got the zombies doing that.
And the only reason is so Sanguine can cook lavish meals for himself.
Yes. This is a glorious comic.
The only reason why I'm there is because he promised like he'll make me booze and I get to stay and like this. He had this massive underground mansion because he's a fucking dwarf. It's just him. And he promised like a room I could just read and study for all eternity. So that's why I'm only there. Hellcat joined because ain't got shit better than him.
Just kick in the door every so often. We're going for a run. What for? This ingredient.
Ah, fuck. Let me go turn the lights out. And I just draw the necromantic energy out the goddamn zombies so they just die. Set up the alarm system. Just a screaming skull.
Dude, that would be pretty nice. That would be a reoccurring gag. Like a Ghostbuster cartoon where it's like, oh, okay, let me switch the lights off, and all of a sudden it's just you waft your hand and the zombies that are running on the treadmills, they're like, ugh.
Just power down. All right, let's go. Are you going to set the alarm? It's on.
It's on. Yeah, you can even do that, and it's just you're just setting 1 or 2 zombies alert that are fucking well armed. You're like, okay, yeah, no, they're good. And you snap your fingers.
They could be fine for another 10, 20, 30 years. I don't know. However it takes to get there.
But yeah, that would be amusing.
Like, how the hell did we run out of gas? Didn't you fill this goddamn thing up like 2 weeks ago? Yes, 2 weeks ago. So we gotta walk. Yes. Fuck. Like, where are we? I don't know. I don't recognize these mountains. A 20-minute trip takes 3 months.
Like a weird zombie apocalypse version of Delicious in the Dungeon.
Yeah.
What is Delicious in the Dungeon?
Delicious in the Dungeon is an anime and manga about a dwarf and a party of different people. So there's a human swordsman, there's an elven caster, and a halfling rogue. And they just keep on going into the dungeon to find different foodstuffs effectively. And they eat the different dungeon creatures. The dwarf has been living in the dungeon for ages, knows all the things that are edible, all the things that taste really nice, all the things that taste kind of blah.
Yeah.
So every story is them going on some adventure and just eating the creatures that they kill.
So, I had a D&D character who was a noble who wanted to taste every creature in existence. He wanted to at least try it once.
Mm-hmm.
And he ate a green dragon's heart. And he goes, you know what? I kind of like the taste of dragon. I want some more.
It's always fun when you can do something like that.
Yes.
I currently have a D&D group that I'm a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And in the campaign, 3 of our characters are half giants.
Okay.
But we've decided that almost every single party member is somehow related to at least one other party member. So we have the 3 half giants all share the same half giant father.
Okay.
But each of the half giants have a different mother. And then, so like, one of the half giants' mothers is a gnome.
Really?
Yes, he decided that his mother was a gnome.
So he's human size.
He's a bit taller than human size, but not by much. Another one, which was also just a little bit taller than human size, my character, it was decided that his mother was a dwarf. Then the final one had, I think it was a human mother. And then that human mother at some point also had a half-elf son.
So his brother is a PC.
Is a half, or his sister, sorry, not a half-elf son, it was a half-elf daughter. So his sister, half-sister, is a half-elf druid. And then that half-elf had one of the parents, of course, was an elf. And that elf had a full-blood elf child at one point, which is our party wizard. So every single party member in the main group is related to each other.
It is insane.
But with that, one of the most amusing parts of it to me currently is all the half-elf, or all the half-giants are weirdly intelligent, but no one realizes that they're weirdly intelligent.
Okay.
So all three of the half-giants speak like they're idiots, and no one realizes that they're intentionally speaking like they're idiots.
To throw everybody.
Yeah, because everyone just sees a half-giant, and they hear the half-giant just... Well, I think we should go save the fancy lady. And everyone just goes, okay, yeah, that makes sense. No one's going, why are you acting like you're stupid? Even though the character who's constantly saying shit like that is the second smartest character in the party.
They just think you're a big dumb brute.
Yep.
Again, that'd be kick-ass.
It's so much fun playing that character. Because it is just, throughout the entire campaign thus far, he's just getting away with shit that he wouldn't get away with if everyone knew he was intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they met a noble whose name was Berthard. He's just become known to most of the party now because of my character acting like an idiot as Herd Birther. Which, when he first heard that the guy's name was Berthard, he said, that sounds painful. How did you manage to birth all of them? Is it a small herd, a large herd? So he's just constantly annoying nobles.
Not sure that game would fare too much nowadays.
What?
I don't know.
Well, that game's currently ongoing.
Oh. Oh, never mind.
And it's just fun being able to dick around with the characters.
I miss D&D with my friends. Damn work.
That is always the bane of every D&D party.
Yep.
Real world
Fucking
life.
Real life. That's where my noble who preferred to eat everything was.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was a fighter battle master, and
Nice.
he so the backstory was that he was a military. He's the grandson of the current Marquis of Waterdeep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he had the battle master training. So he went to the Imperial Academy, the Royal Academy, and all he did, it wasn't that he was the leader of the party or anything, but when he barked orders, like, people instinctively followed because I'm using my battle master skill to position you into a correct position or some dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'd fucking get into the middle of a fucking fight and parry something. Well, I love that character. And he used he used two weapon fighting, so he had a long sword and a rapier.
Mm-hmm.
And I modeled him after like the French nobility. So he was very fucking snobby at times. I love playing him.
D&D characters are always amazing when you get really into them. I've had a shit ton of fantastic ones. I had one that was it was in a game that was a peasant campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So what that means is every character started with NPC classes.
Okay.
Rather than PC classes.
Okay.
And we had to build up from that, but we also rolled on the boons and bogeys table.
Okay.
And the boons and bogeys table, depending on what you get as your roll, you get a bunch of different advantages and different disadvantages as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, peasants, they're extraordinarily poor. That's one of the defining things of the NPC classes, they start off really poor unless you're a nobleman. And we had the rule of no nobleman.
Okay.
Roll on my boon and bogey. 100 platinum pieces.
Wow.
It was determined that my character was bankrolling the entire thing.
No.
So I made a merchant prince that he wasn't born of nobility. He was just an extremely good businessman.
He stumbled upon it.
So everything that was being done in the game was to set up this town that the party was part of.
Okay.
Had been sent off as effectively a colony of this one kingdom. But we didn't really have connection with the home kingdom, so we're on our own. The entire time we're meeting various creatures. And my character is just making deals that should not be made with creatures he should not be making deals with.
So what, you became a warlock?
Oh, he was doing interesting shit, like he made a deal with a bunch of leech people in the swamp.
What?
That they would give him pretty much all of the valuable resources that they had absolutely no use for.
Mm-hmm.
In exchange for every few weeks, he would ship a barrel of blood down the river for them.
Nice.
And that turned it from there's going to be war with these leech people to the leech people are now our allies and they're willing to fight for us. Another one of them was there was a Fey forest.
Mm-hmm.
That was our best source of wood. But it's a Fey forest. You don't want to go traipsing around in the Fey forest.
Mm-hmm.
Party goes down to see if they can figure out a way that we can get access to the wood. We get attacked by one group of Fey. We start fighting back against it. We're in that dangerous area where we might win or we might be horrendously murdered. When another group of Fey shows up, my character is able to correctly identify that this other group of Fey is not the same, or not of the same group that the first group of Fey was from.
Mm-hmm.
So immediately manages to convince the Fey that they had attacked these other Fey as an offering to that group of Fey.
God damn. Face action?
They fucking believe it. He negotiates woodcutting rights with the fucking Fey and comes out on top. The character just had ridiculous charisma and luck with his intelligence. He could not fight to save his fucking life. But you gave him a chance to talk, he could work miracles.
He could sell water to a well.
Yeah. It was just
Nice.
absolutely amazing throughout the entire story. Every single time we were able to solve things peacefully, it was due to him making a deal with a creature that he should not be able to make a deal with, and sure as shit should not be able to make a deal with and come out on top in the deal. But he did. And then the one time that we weren't able to make peace with something, it was goblins. And my character was the one who came up with the plan on how to deal with the goblins after that. We built huge fires after finding all the openings to the goblin hold, sealing them up so that no one would be able to come out, but leaving them open enough that air would be able to move out. He purchased a shit ton of gust scrolls, built a massive fire in front of the only open entrance, just started throwing drugs onto the fire, then used gust scrolls to push the smoke into the tunnel system, which caused us to asphyxiate or OD every goblin in the hold. It cost a fuck ton in drugs, though.
I think one of my favorite characters I got the chance to play. I made essentially magical Indiana Jones.
Nice.
She was a shadow sorceress.
How very progressive of you, making it a she.
Oh, fuck. She's that shadow sorceress with divine soul, not divine soul. I want to say she had levels in warlock, so she was equal levels in warlock and sorcerer, and she said she's an adherent of the Raven Queen, and the people kept, so you follow Raven Queen? No, I'm not a follower of the Raven Queen. I'm an adherent. There's a difference. They were asking what the fucking difference. I don't know. But she worked at a magical college or a magical institute, and she got to do whatever the fuck she wanted as long as she brought back artifacts. So she had a shit ton of utility spells like spider climb and like teleport and shit like that. And she had one little offensive spell. Yeah, she was not offensively optimized.
What the fuck did I just come back to?
A D&D talk.
D&D.
Oh, D&D stuff? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was she was fucking fun to play because we need to get over this gorge over a lake of fire. Okay, cast spider climb on the entire party. Really? Yeah. And heat resistance in case the rock's hot. Why would she have that? Again, she's fucking Indiana Jones. She's prepared for anything.
Yeah, one of my other favorite characters was the game was absolute garbage just because the GM was an absolute headache and was very much a GM versus PCs GM, while also having a GNPC that he wanted to be the most important one.
Yeah, I hate those guys.
So it was a campaign where everyone in the party had been shanghaied by a pirate crew.
Okay.
We ended up gaining control of a ship and freeing ourselves. My character was elected by the rest of the party as the captain for our new crew. My character was also completely socially retarded, but brilliant.
All right,
and
so
terrifying looking.
All right, so for a one shot we played, there was a nautical thing. So I made a vampire called Itzaquatl Grimtooth, Black Blade Grimtooth. He was a barbarian, and he was an Ixalan vampire, so he had that shadow misty type thing, and he could go out in the daylight pretty fine because again, he's from Ixalan, the Mathghamhain setting. So and in that party we had two pirates. A friend of mine was playing a foppish fighter who used a rapier, and I forget what his subclass was. And I remember I was ancestral warrior, so the thing I had whenever I use my ancestral spirit to like block an attack or like do something, I would say the ancestral spirit of a vampire comes out of nowhere, and it's this Aztec vampire, and it would like protect people, and then he goes, "Wait a minute, how are your ancestors? Because you were born this way, yes. So that means your your ancestors are vampires, and they would the ancestor spirit would look at me and shrug his shoulders. Fucking no.
Nice.
It was dumb. So we had to go underwater, right, for a bit. Again, I don't breathe, so I don't need water breathing, and I don't need that type of spell. So all the potions of water breathing my friends had, and they're fighting under the water, trying to breathe. I'm just going around trying to free them up so they can get some air. I took a deep breath underwater because again, it doesn't bother me. It held it for him, and I shoved air through his fucking mouth, and the kid's like, "Shut up! You're not dying on me, you bat."
Yeah, and
What the hell was that? No, somebody made a fan-made version of fucking Black and White. Fan-made engine makes Black and White playable on modern PCs because God knows if EA or Molyneux will do it. Yeah.
oh, Black and White was such a good game.
Yes. They fucked up too. They fucked up Black and White too.
I would say though it was a good bad game or a bad good game. It's one of those two.
All right, so I have a story about that. So Black and White came out around the time that I was in college, right? And I remember playing it in front of my friends, and you would hear this because I had a monkey, and I would try to make evil, so I would smack it around, and you'd go ew, ah, ew, and whatnot. And a friend of mine, she looks over to me and she goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And not missing the breath, I say, "I'm smacking my monkey."
Nice.
Oh
shit! I just realized the time.
Oh, god damn it. Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
Yep.
Hold on, he was just about to talk about spanking his monkey.
Well, he just talked about spanking his monkey.
Yeah, I had to spank my monkey. That was a bad monkey.
Okay, so I really didn't understand the intricacies of Black and White. It kind of seemed there was another game where you played as gods. It was like Evolution or something like that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I might remember that one. The one that I always think of when it comes to God games is the Populous series.
Populous was God-ish, God-adjacent.
Oh no, Populous 1 was gods. Populous 2 was you're a priestess demons for a god. And then it ends up with no, you're God now.
Shit. But you were saying it's a time frame or something?
What was the, it was, I forget the name of the game. From Dusk. From Dusk was a great game.
From Dusk.
Yeah, From Dusk. Look at it. I'm telling you, my friend, it's a great game. It's fairly fun. But again, Sanguine was saying we have to go.
Well, I was cutting in to make sure that you guys are still good, or see if you guys want to go, because if
I got work in the AM.
Yep, that's what I figured. At least one of you would probably have something that you would want to get some sleep for.
Yeah.
So, with that, we should give our parting words. Who wants to go first?
If you're passionate about Sanguine, devour him. Don't let him devour you.
You can try to avoid being devoured, but I'm hungry.
Shit.
Sanguine needs to feed.
Okay. Well, let me try and Tetris myself in here. Ooh, those odd sound. But okay, so I had two quips lined up because I was looking at the time. I was like, oh man, I can't believe it is this time. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
And also, when Sanguine was like, who should go first, I was gonna say age before beauty. And I mean, it was only fitting, but it's okay.
But it's
pearls before swine.
Exactly.
Well, not unless you're in Ohio, Springfield. Oh, I got it. No, hey,
Waka
thank
waka.
you. Yeah, waka waka. Thanks for letting me hang out, Sanguine. I always enjoy chatting with you on Fridays, man.
Always fun.
And Tier, dude, you're a blast to chat with, man.
Always, my friend.
And dude, we're gonna have to fucking play some games soon, man.
Yes.
But yeah, I hope everybody had a good time and love y'all. Good night. God bless.
And I'll leave off with, it is wit when a person is improved by your tongue, but cruelty if they're broken by it. And with that, have a good night, all. The zoo is closed.
Night.
Night.
Good night. Now I click this, and it takes a couple